So, match number 2 of the first day of the playoffs. It is LawLiet versus FoCuS, a never-ending battle. The 2020 version of FoCuS versus Remind back from the Zotac Cup days. These guys, they played hundreds and hundreds of series against each other, and you never know what they're coming up with now. It is not your usual ORC versus Night Elf. Both will be making it to Stockholm to represent Korea at the World's Finals and compete for $130,000. And the winner faces FoCuS.
And worth noting as well, these guys, it's going to be the best of the best for them because they both had 3 ping in the lobby. So this is, they're both going to be playing. This might as well be LAN right now. These guys are playing on really, really good conditions and a very good map that I'll be learning as we watch. I think I only saw it in the 2v2. I forget what 2v2 it was. I think it was a Starbuck Crab 2v2 last season. It's probably the only time I've seen this map. So we'll be learning it together here, everybody.
Didn't we see... Oh, there was one 1v1 tournament. I think it was perhaps one of Todd's new map tournaments or something. Also where Starbuck played this map here. Yeah, I feel like this is something that, as amazing as the mapping scene has been and the new maps being added to the pool, we have unfortunately kind of homogenized the maps in size, I feel. We've got rid of the small maps, Amazonia especially, and Echo Isles also should be moving out soon. But we've kind of gotten rid of the big maps as well, unfortunately. Not having too many big maps, I think, is good. You know, we don't want to have 4 different Twisted Meadows, but no more Twisted, no more Turtle Rock. And yeah, this is an attempt at a big map. And we have a lot of specialties here. For example, the Merc Camp has different mercenaries. This is the, I think it's called Cityscape tile set or something. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we have different mercenaries here. There is an uneven amount of creep camps, kind of. In the middle, there's one big red one and one small green one. But anyways, let's take a look at what's happening here. It's a FoCuS first. FoCuS, one of the biggest FoCuS players in the world. Oh, my God, but it gets surrounded. Quick punish by LawLiet, entangle into surround, and that's a rough start for FoCuS.
Yeah, he sticks around because he wasn't aware of the timing on the treants. They could have expired. In fact, the one set is about to. So, you know, sticking around actually wasn't a terrible idea, but it doesn't work out in his favor. He's going to have to probably just creep now. One thing also, just to touch on this map a little bit more, I like that the, you know, it's big. There's a lot of creeps, but it's not too extremely difficult to scout the map, especially things like expansions. You can very easily find if your opponent's expanding, so you can't be as sneaky as you could be on like a Twisted Meadows, and it doesn't get too lame, I feel, in the late game. You can always find your opponent if you're scouting at least at a relatively high level.
Yeah, I also think it holds a lot of promise, this map. Of course, we haven't seen much yet on the pro level. I feel like a problem on really big maps can be that it's extremely hard to get into position and punish something if you need to be somewhere. Here, center control is extremely valuable. You have 2 shops, you have a big red camp, and from the center you can get to any place pretty easily, with the exceptions of the very, very corners. So, the starting positions and the red camps. But everywhere else you can pretty much get to quickly. And I mentioned the Merc Camp earlier already, and here we see a mercenary that we normally are used to seeing as a creep. The Assassin can be hired here, and it's going to be adding some nice bonus poison damage.
Yeah, pretty much a Dryad that can Shadow Meld. This is a really nice Merc. Sometimes we even see people... Wait, what's the cooldown on this Merc? Can you get it? Is the Berserker cooldown?
Yeah.
When you can get it? Okay, yeah, that's good. Because there was, I think, in the past maps that it spawned immediately. I think Dalaran, this Merc used to just spawn immediately, which was really broken to be able to grab 2 of those right away. But on the Berserker cooldown, I think it's absolutely fine. It will be nice, though, like you mentioned, the added poison damage. And, okay, so it will be Raider, Walker, Shadowhunter second. Farseer is such a weird strat in this matchup. I was talking about this yesterday on Theorycraft, because there's so many different styles. You can play Raider, Shaman. You can play Shadowhunter second, TC second. We even see straight tier 3 tech sometimes. Expansions, no expansions. It's all over the place. So it makes the Orc be the one that's unpredictable, when normally it's the Night Elf that's unpredictable.
FoCuS having a really rough go of it. The next round is going to fall, but the Hex is locked and ready. The Keeper knows he has to be careful. Speed Scroll, Hex. Oh, that could be the kill. He drained the mana off the Farseer to not be hit by Chain Lightning. That was a nice play. I think he didn't quite have enough mana anyways, but he made sure. And at the end of the day, only 1 Grunt going down. I guess not the end of the world, as we see LawLiet going for a Panda second. And no expansion yet, which is kind of surprising, perhaps.
Yeah, it seems like Panda bears. He's going for the tier 3 in the single lore. Yeah, I think what FoCuS was trying to do there was wait for the Chain Lightning before pulling the trigger on the Hex, because he didn't actually show the Hex for a while. But then LawLiet was just so aware that he preemptively used the wand, and then he's just like, okay, I guess I'll go for the Hex and force the TP regardless, even if I can't get the kill. Yeah, a lot of these creep camps seem to be pretty doable, so we're gonna probably get into a little bit of a creeping war in the mid game. The Keeper's level 3 and looking for some kills, and of course the upside for LawLiet of being up against Raider Walkers, there's still another 50 seconds before there's any sort of dispel in the field. So if the Keeper does find the army, he could always maybe kill a Grunt, but for now, just more mercenaries. Is he gonna grab another? No, he's just running around. Oh, he's actually gonna creep this. Kind of cool creeping from LawLiet here.
With Entangle, of course, you can always snipe these creeps pretty easy, as we have come to learn. Let's grow the beast for him. Well, it's not going to be a very helpful item, considering he's going to bears, which will be ready soonish. And Orc versus bears, if you don't have the Blade Master setup, can be pretty tough. We see a lot of Orcs trying with the tier 2 expansion, but there's no such thing here happening for FoCuS.
Yeah, he could still go for it. Sometimes we see Orcs power creep to level 3 and then go for the expansion behind some sort of, 45-50 supply pressure into the main base, but he's cleared out the expansion at least. I'll keep an eye if he does move a peon down there eventually. He's getting his War Mill for the early Kodos. Oh, Keeper, a little bit out of position. This is a no town portal Keeper. Is this just dead? He might be able to pass the staff, but the Panda's nowhere in sight. This is just a dead Keeper.
A little bit careless by LawLiet, just standing there in the middle. Oh, he didn't have Ultra Vision, otherwise he would have been fine, right? No, wait, he does have Ultra Vision. Did he just finish?
It should have been done a while ago. It should have been done, like, that whole nighttime almost. But yeah, maybe
it seemed like he didn't have too much vision range, though. Maybe it did just finish, not quite sure, but yeah, losing that Keeper. Ouchie! Gonna be reviving him now. But now LawLiet very passively sitting in the main. Did he find 3 rings? Yes, he did. Oh my goodness. Todd, get out of the game.
Unlucko, unlucko. And behind that kill, I like this. Just an immediate expansion. And now all FoCuS has to do is just pressure. He can, in fact, win the fight because the Keeper isn't here currently. Oh, a Bear's going to get caught out of position. Actually, he goes for the Panda right away. That's ambitious, right next to the Moonwells, but he can probably just get this kill. Yeah, he's by the shop. He could buy a potion. He can buy a town portal even, actually. He has the gold for it. So this is going to be very costly.
Oh, okay. Well, this Panda is a tanky brother. There's a last disenchant. Next redrift would be huge. There it is. Okay, maybe FoCuS is being a bit too stubborn here.
Yeah.
When's the Keeper coming out? Still taking a little bit longer. Next heal potion should still be on cooldown, but he's buying a TP. Cost quite a bit here for LawLiet to keep Panda safe, but I think it was worth it in the end. Only 1 grunt goes down for FoCuS, I guess. Panda does not fall. By the way, no Dryads at all. Against a Farseer, isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is actually very weird now that you mention it. He kind of replaced it with the Assassin, which on paper makes sense. You know, you get this nice ranged unit early on that does poison damage, but the Abolish is really, like you mentioned, what's important to get those Dryads. Yeah, that is a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird, absolutely. But should be all right if he can get the numbers up on the Bears and go for some sort of a timing on the expansion, which I imagine has been scouted. There's a Wisp of the Lab above. So he must know, and this is a very standard timing for FoCuS to be expanding. So LawLiet's probably going to consolidate, maybe creep 1 more camp, get a heal scroll, and then go for a big push. If not, he's probably going to have to counter expand. So we'll see what LawLiet's course of action. Maybe on a big map like this, he could just counter expo, but he seems to be running to the right where there's not a ton to creep. So he's going to go for, is he going to be able to get maybe even a cancel here?
Here's a question from chat, Remo, if I might chime in. Is this forced cross spawn?
Yes. This was one of the first decisions here to be made. That's something we learned from, especially... Oh, one bag getting caught. Especially from Twisted Meadows. It has to be forced cross spawn. If it's not, it's just too random.
Random, yeah.
Zapra has been bought, by the way. The expansion was cancelled. And 1 bear lost for it. Of course, bear, a pretty painful loss. And with the Raiders, FoCuS can do some decent damage against the main base. With how low mana the Shadowhunter is, and the Raiders are low HP, FoCuS, I think he doesn't want to really fight here. He just wants to force the TP back, but LawLiet is not taking the bait. Until now. Here comes the TP. And that should trigger the counter TP. And there was an interesting exchange. 2 Moonwells fall, the Bear go down, but the expansion is cancelled. Who's that better for? Hard to tell.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an objective mistake from FoCuS to allow LawLiet to do whatever he wanted. Normally, the reason you're going for this many Raiders, he had 3, sometimes you even get 4 or 5 Raiders in this situation, is not only you can delay the fight and, always catch the Night Elf out of position, but you can also just be in position to go for a counterattack, and you can scout it because you have wolves at all times. So the fact that FoCuS backs up and creeps and gives so much space to LawLiet to literally run across the map and cancel his expansion at 95%, I feel like that's just a big mistake. He should have been in position to either catch LawLiet's army or to run into the main base right away to force a town portal there. But now his expansion's down, and we saw how much damage this Panda's starting to do to the army. We're definitely going to need... He's got double heal scroll. That's something. So FoCuS still in a good spot to win a fight. He's got 10 supply advantage as well. But over time, if this Panda gets level 5, which he's on his way right now, it could start to get rough.
The sentry ward in the south gave him so much vision. Now it finally expires. But it saw the Night Elf army going to the bottom right. FoCuS could kind of try to run over there to force the creep drag. He knows LawLiet will be creeping at the red camp. Fortunately, the Night Elf does have a TP. And I don't quite know these drops yet. The interesting thing about the red camps on this map, bottom right and top left, of course, have the same drop. But they don't have the same drops as top right and bottom left. So depending on the starting positions, the corner red camps have different drops.
Very interesting. This will eventually be a town portal, but the question is how much will go down Hex.
Oh!
But the Panda doesn't get the experience for the red camp, but he gets a Hood of Cunning. Interesting, also, LawLiet revealed the army with the Wisp at the lab, so he knew where FoCuS was, so he knew that was going to happen, and still traded the TP for that bottom right regardless, and now he's just going to run up to the top left. I like this usage of the town portal. It's expensive for LawLiet, but he's going to get both red camps for it.
Yeah, that sentry ward, of course, was what initiated this whole creep jack. Nice move, but in the end, if the Panda gets more items, and up here, as we know now, it could be another stats item, it could be the big aura item, and it's more experience once again to get closer to 5, but still a ways to go for that level 3 breath.
Yeah, FoCuS definitely needs to go into the main base, because if he lets LawLiet creep this for free, then also run to the right and cancel the expansion, it's going to be very rough. So it's going to be another town portal for LawLiet, and the Treants might actually, they might be able to cancel the Expo. It's going to be close. And, ooh, Ancient Django, that's an excellent item against especially, kind of the lame play so far from FoCuS. The hit and run, the movement speed is going to be really useful.
Oh, the Treants in the north, this is a big deal. Can they get the cancel? This would be huge. Wolves are running back, trying to defend this one. We have a new Sapper. This Wisp at the lab, putting in overtime.
Yeah.
Or if the Wolves block it, perhaps somehow, this would be also quite noticeable. And how important it is to have proper vision and multiple units spread across the map. We can see the size here coming into effect of Shallow Grave. Oh! And he gets the kill. No cancel by FoCuS, right? All resources
no cancel.
Lost.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about investing. Even though he might have been able to still send another set of Treants and get that canceled, the nice thing about investing in the Sapper is a lot of the time you can catch your opponent off guard. Maybe a slight mistake for FoCuS to not just, realize that he wasn't going to be able to defend it and cancel it, but yeah, nice play from LawLiet, and now the supply is even, but FoCuS has a little bit more of a bank currently, and he's soon enough probably going to need even more than just these 2 heal scrolls. He might need to get a third.
The game keeps going. We have pretty high hero levels now, closing in on 5, which would be the strongest, of course, for the Panda. Although, don't sleep on level 5 Shadowhunter. It's also very, very good.
True.
Got the double Kodos.
Triple even on the way. That's a lot of Kodos.
Yeah, and 4 walkers. It seems like pretty much the perfect counter to the bears.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a nice army. Even though it's a tier 3 versus tier 2 army, this orc army is very, very good, of course, against bears. A third expansion, well, a second expansion canceled, third expansion denied, let's say. FoCuS really wants to get that up, but, LawLiet's investing a lot of gold, town portals, to get the creep camps that he's gotten. And, he's been allowing FoCuS to creep himself a ton while the expansions have served as a bait. So because of this, 13 supply advantage right now with this almost the same banks.
Thank you, by the way, to our subs. Taskmasterfolk with the 3 months says, hey yo, MTP Hewitt with the 14 months says, only 31 signups for MyStarCraft qualifier today. Where is everyone? Well, they're not ready to face me, bro. Oh yeah, Mofos with a sub. Forget What with the 4 months. Laserhair with the 10 months. And thank you, Thunder, with the host. We've pretty much crept the entire map here, more or less. There's a little bit left in the top left.
All right.
As LawLiet is still banking. The Keeper could very easily die again. Well, no, never mind. He's got a TP. So, but he might be forced to use the TP once again. LawLiet was pretty broke for a long time here, so he wasn't quite able to afford an orb yet. He can do so now. As FoCuS is going for the big push. 70 supply.
Yeah.
All right, LawLiet. You better get ready.
The whole game is added up to this. Every exchange so far, every extra town portal used, every reveal used, Sapper purchased by LawLiet, exchanged just for a couple of expansion cancels and the 1 kill. It's ended up being here. 69 supply versus 50. LawLiet is banking. If FoCuS gives LawLiet a little bit too much time, the supply could be even, but now LawLiet is going to break up Peep with something. He broke, with a Sapper. Okay, interesting. Oh, he's going to kill the 2 burrows. The Treants weakened it. So that's what he broke up Peep with.
Oh, that's a big one. 3 Sappers this game. And we're going to see Mountain Giants coming. We are not seeing these bad boys so much anymore nowadays. They don't have 2 taunts anymore. Thank goddamn Jesus.
Yeah, I hear ya.
But yeah, it's going to be very tough for the Orcs still to deal with. They can't be devoured because of resistant skin, and they take very little damage because of hardened skin. Getting to Mountain Giants is pretty tough. It takes forever. But once you're there, and once you have a couple of them, and there's no way you can kill them. The only way to kill them is maybe with Torrents or a stacked blade. But here in this Orc army, nothing's going to do damage to them.
Yeah, maybe in a world in which the Farseer gets level 5, which he is very close to getting, and he can run past the MGs, snipe the Dryads, and then get the level 3 Wolves. That's a good way to try to start to damage the Mountain Giants. Wolves are quite good. And, you know, the couple of Grunts that are still left over, the 3, will help. But, yeah, this is just an excellent choice from LawLiet. To camp, be a little bit lame with the Sappers, the Wisps on the lab, making sure to have full vision to make sure there's no expansion coming up. Bank a bit and then go into MGs, which is just the perfect response to a tier 2 Orc army. And there's no way FoCuS is ever going to go tier 3 for Torrens, which is obviously the best counter for Mountain Giants you can almost get in the game. So yeah, this is just a great choice. If he can get 3-4 Mountain Giants, there does come a point when it's nearly impossible to win a fight if you let the Night Elf get up to 4 Mountain Giants or so.
We got the 3rd one in queue. Going to be joining in here in a moment. No upgrades at all for LawLiet. These would greatly benefit the entire army. But right now it's just about numbers. Need to get as many MGs out as possible. And the 4th one has been queued as we're closing in on 80 supply. And FoCuS, I feel like he may have missed his timing here.
Yeah, I think he could have just pushed. Maybe he wasn't aware. Obviously, he can't be fully aware that he's ahead 20 supply. With a bit better scouting, maybe he could get a count on the army and see the lores weren't producing, but still no orb as well from LawLiet. Is that that has to be a conscious decision at this point, but I feel like it's just a mistake.
Yeah, that's so much bonus DPS that does seem like an error. All right, here we go. That's the big fight. Huge concave by FoCuS. The Walkers do good damage against the Bears, but not really against anything else. The heavy reliance on Walkers now going to backfire on him. One Mountain Giant getting surrounded, but that one is going to take quite the beating. It's up to the Panda here to put in the damage from semi-range. But yeah, you mentioned the lack of the orb. It's going to equate to a huge lack of damage.
Yeah, and the Kodos can easily deal with the Bears. The Raiders running past the Mountain Giants and going for the Dryads. An excellent choice. The Panda is doing a lot of damage, but he's out of mana, only has a mana potion now, and there was triple heal scroll, which there still is 2 of 3 available. The Walker's getting damage in the back, but the first Mountain Giant's already going to fall. First of 4, though, so if this Panda can continue to progress over time, LawLiet's going to be able to clean up on all the Walkers, but the question is, how long can the Mountain Giants stand in the front line?
Level 3 Breath of Fire. The Panda finally unlocked his level 5. He's going to have 2 more of those Breath of Fire. Heal scroll coming in. That was the last heal scroll by FoCuS. Shadow's about to get level 5, though. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire. Huge damage once again. Trying to disenchant, but the damage still ticks away, and it's going to be more grunts falling. FoCuS has a TP out, takes out one more bear on the way. Now he's level 5. The dust settles and LawLiet has a huge supply.
But 8 supply in the Kodos currently, so make that 72, 64. The math was correct, I think. And, you know, Tier 2 against Tier 3 supply advantage for LawLiet. Not quite a hero level advantage, but the Panda level 5 is almost certainly better than the FoCuS level 5. If there is Dryads on the field, main base is expired, by the way. Tree of Eternity, getting Nature's Blessing to walk over to the quite close, I will mention, natural expansion. So LawLiet is not going to be on a timer, whereas FoCuS is going to have to go for an all-in or try to get a 2.5 slow expansion up. 2.5 minute slow expansion up, I should say.
Quite a long game here on the first map. I feel like it also might be a sign that the guys are not too used to the new map yet. But anyways, hold that thought. Next fight about to break out. No bears anymore. Drunken Ace Breath of Fire huge once again. A lot of damage on the FoCuS getting healed up once again. The Keeper getting caught in a bad position. Might be a TP force on both sides maybe, but the FoCuS goes down first. Couldn't save him. Didn't have Invoke Potion or anything. Keeper will have to TP out now, but damage is done. Hero was killed, and that's gonna be game. GG. 1-0 for LawLiet.
Damn, that was a pretty cool game by LawLiet, I want to say. Just not too much about execution in the fights, but outside of it, very smart strategical choices. He cosplayed Bomberman once again, as Night Elves tend to do. How many expansions did he cancel? 3? 4? I'm not too sure, but man, his map awareness was pretty good, and FoCuS never found a solution, really. And was a little bit outplayed, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think the scouting was very good from LawLiet too. I mean, it's easy to say when we can see the whole map, but it's extremely difficult just to catch every expansion when it's not already finished. And, you know, in a lot of cases for players, when there's not already 12 towers up at that expansion for the Orc player, it's difficult to do, but he always had good scouting. I think that's also credit to the map, like we were talking about in the very early game. It's easy to scout these expansions. And then maybe just a mistake from FoCuS, like Remo mentioned, to not push when he was ahead. Again, it's a lot easier said than done to know when you're ahead 15, 20 supply. But he should have maybe realized there was a couple of extra TPs used by LawLiet. He had the tier 3 against tier 2. So, you know, he was going to be ahead in supply, and he didn't push. He let LawLiet get the Mountain Giants. And when you get 4 Mountain Giants, I'm sorry to say, FoCuS, you can't win on tier 2 any longer.
Feels like it, right? Like, what are you supposed to do? You either hit quicker and devour them all and have the Kodos devour them for like 2 minutes or something, 3 minutes. But hey, maybe FoCuS can turn this around now on normal maps, I gotta say. But for sneak peek into Shattered Exile, that was a pretty cool and unique match. Would love to see that more for sure. Love to have more people like Max Money Young Hofer. 2-month resub. This game could go on for an hour. I better prepare for Meisterschafts qualifier in case I face Remo. Greetings to my favorite flat in all of Berlin. Thank you, Max. And Siegbrandt with a 39-month resub. Rah, rah, rah. Unfortunately, not this game, but maybe now. We gotta hear it. Remo and the Rara. That's also a good band name. Remo and the Raras.
That's actually a solid name.
It's pretty dope, isn't it?
Very Hootie and the Blowfish, you know?
Yeah. Remo, you like that?
Couldn't agree more.
Of course.
Let's do it.
Let's
Neo
do it.
on the drums.
What could I play? I could be the stagehand or something. The water guy.
Waterboy also something that would be a great occupation for you.
Thank you.
But we do have map number 2. Is it going to be more of a return to norm, more of a return to form, perhaps? Northern Isles. If there's a map for the Blade Master, I feel it has to be this one.
Got to agree with that. And, you know, we could definitely see the Bloodlust on this map. These guys tend to go to the late game, as we saw. It was cool that we got to see shattered exile completely crept out. It was nice to be able to see that. So we got to see all the items, and I'm a big fan. When I first started watching this game, when I'd watch YouTube casts, the only thing I'd pay attention to is, ooh, what item is he going to get from this creep camp? Because I didn't know about the drop tables or tiers of items or anything like that. I was just like, ooh, what's it going to be? And what's that item give? Ooh, claws +6? Claws +9? That was my favorite thing, and I still have a little bit of nostalgia for those times. So to see the whole map get crept out, to see all the items, to see all the creep camps and the different creeps, that was kind of cool. And Northern Isles, it's just a treat to see some high-level gameplay on Northern Isles as well.
We got
Interesting opening here. Oh.
Sorry, didn't want to cut you off, but there's a cool initiative in chat by Abrakebabra says, if everyone in this chat would donate just $1 to the prize pool, it would be 8,000. I go first. Let's see if he's our donation train conductor here. And now I will leave you guys with the game.
Yeah, it was an interesting opening. The Blade Master here being very aggressive with a fast shot, going for the consumable across the map. That's kind of normal. But LawLiet with the unusual Tuskar camp first. This is not what we're used to seeing. Normally it's the green camp at the beginning, and it's a bit of a risk going for this big camp. If the Blade Master runs over there with a speed scroll, you might be in trouble, but it's so unlikely to happen because the Orc really wants to scout the natural first. Because if the Night is creeping the natural first, which they could, you want to know about it and punish it. And then you're going to be too late to scout the Tuskar camp. So I think this was pretty smart, and the Keeper with that off to a good start. Especially on Northern Isles, it can be very tough for the Keeper to creep level 3, and sometimes even level 2.
Yeah, I will touch on that a little bit as well. The Peon Scout tends to, what you do is you will check the expansion, and then you'll move to the left and check the green camp. If it's not the green, you assume the Tuskar, which you actually have the time to do. But the thing with the Speed Scroll Harass is if the Night Elf creeps the Tuskar camp perfectly and efficiently, as LawLiet always does, you actually can't punish it with a Speed Scroll. It's only if they make any slight errors. Oh, the creeps! Speaking of slight errors, okay, he's gonna be able to get away. If there was one more entangle, which the wand will give him, actually. It's gonna give him.
Speed Scroll? Alright, he should be fine. But that was pretty expensive here to keep the Blade Master safe. Also some time off of the Keeper. Oh, he actually can't keep creeping. He doesn't have mana anymore. All right, interesting, interesting. Tier 2, progressing. No expansion quite yet by LawLiet. Also, no APs. This is also something you have to pay attention to, especially on this map. But yeah, it will be Keeper Hunt's Expo at some point. Wisp in the north. He's not expanding at the red camp, is he? That won't be. That will be quite daring.
It has definitely been done. It's not unheard of. It is even something so common that FoCuS would probably even scout for it. But still, we have to keep our eyes peeled on the map to see, again, yeah, like you said, the APs or no items still there. APs or expansion coming up. There is a Wisp in position to maybe go for an AP, and then maybe with that, he can pull the trigger on the expansion. Oh, he's doing it. Oh my god, he's doing it.
He's actually doing it. Oh, the illusion. Is he going to check for it?
It's going to
There's
expire.
one more illusion charge. Oh no. Oh no, it's so close.
It's expired.
No way! That
didn't
was
see
2 seconds too late!
See it.
No! And he may think that he checked there because he clicked it up there. Oh no.
Yeah, he might. Oh, he's sending another one. Did he realize it expired?
I mean, he saw that there's no tree in the normal position, which is very, very, very suspicious.
Yeah, and he's trying to check. LawLiet is so tricky in this matchup. He does tons of different stuff, so he needs to know, is it lures? It could be wins, but he's going to check it again. Really nice awareness of the possibilities on the map for FoCuS, and he's going to find it. And if he had a staff, he could probably even cancel it, but the staff didn't get stolen yet. It got stolen earlier, but he's going to run straight over it regardless. And the Keeper, quite out of position, but has full mana, and honestly can just staff back and entangle the defend here.
I feel like the Keeper needs to do huge damage, though, in terms of kills right now against the Grunts. Otherwise, if FoCuS is in a good position mid-game, any creep jacks in the north, how the hell are you supposed to creep this red camp? It doesn't really seem doable.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really, really great point. Like, because he's going to have to creep it eventually. He's not like he's going to walk it over to the natural. And this Shadowhunter, no matter what you do here, it's going to be level 3. The Alchemist probably going to be level 3 as well, with a Sobi Mask now, which is an excellent item. But yeah, that's a really good point. It's going to be difficult for LawLiet to win if the Shadowhunter is left alone.
The Blade, it was only level 1 Entangle. It's level 2 Treants, but apparently it is good enough to force the Blade away. But even if he didn't kill the tree, He put a lot of damage on it. It's going to take some more time now to heal up. The wisps are here for repair. He's going to eat some trees. But this is the perfect invitation for a creepjack. To be fair, the Alchemist is creeping very nicely in the meantime. Gets both middle camps. Is going to get level 3 or at least very close to it. But this red camp does a lot of damage. You gotta be on guard.
Yeah, the blade is nearby. He could be pressuring the repair wisps and FoCuS. He could have gone for his lab. That would be the most greedy option to get level 3. But he's going to go for the expansion. And he can do it with the blade to be safe and then maybe clean up the remainder of the green camp or go for the scorpions even. And then the timing will probably line up. Okay, no, he's going to solo creep it with the shadow. Should be level 3. Yeah, it will be level 3. And the blade can always go try to harass the expansion, but the keeper's going to do the same.
We don't have too many purges yet right here, so this is going to be a bit annoying. Treants come in, 1 purge, 2 purge, and suddenly he's out of mana. And the rest of the Knight of Karmic comes in. This is the big damage that needs to be dealt. Shadowhunter got the experience, losing a lot of HP, has the Immo Potion, gonna need to use it right away, and there we go. Speed Scroll, trying to boost out of here. Level 3, Alchemist still very strong right now. The heal scroll also was huge. Trying to surround the Shadow. Immo Potion is about to run out, I guess. Trying to pop him out, and he does. One with the wind coming in. Alchemist in trouble. Surrounded himself. Has to TP out. Wow. What a defense by FoCuS, getting out of this little pickle right there that he found himself in. And he actually lost nothing.
Yeah.
Is about to get level 3 Shadow. Almost. Oh, very close. And now could perhaps try to creepjack in the top left.
While you guys are doing an excellent job at casting the game, we got a $100 donation by Blue Mitten. And now we are at 5,621, just 129 away from the trivia quiz number 2.
Sheesh. Thanks for that, Bucko. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And Red Camp is also dope. Possibly. The Shadow gets level 3. One thing, though, from that creepjack, from that pressure, is LawLiet is able to go to the Moonwells and get more mana. But FoCuS doesn't go back. He doesn't even have a Staff of Teleportation to go back to get clarities on his shop, from his shop. And this is where you normally want a Mana Pot, double clarity, heal scroll to win this sort of a push. But creepjack's still going to be good. One Huntress already has gone down.
Oh, the blade!
But this blade is just dead. It's got a couple seconds before he has a Windwalk.
Oh, there's owls everywhere. I think he's going to be doomed right here. Blade Master getting too greedy for the kill of the creep. And that means he goes down. Alchemist also low HP. Remember, the TP was used before. The big item still up for grabs. Oh man, this is a chaotic creepjack. What's even happening here? So many Treants everywhere. Last hit goes to the Orc, but item goes to LawLiet. Helm of Valor. Can he staff out? Does he have the time? Telly staff. Oh my god, right clicks! Oh, the last hit! He almost made it out. But 2 grunts, very low HP, trying to run. LawLiet down to 36 supply right now. Shadowhunter almost level 4, and I gotta say, didn't he play with fire? Didn't he tempt fate by trying to expand at the red camp?
Yeah, this has been pure chaos, purely because of this red camp expansion. I feel like LawLiet almost could have gotten away with just a normal expansion, because the Shadowhunter was just going to do the same creep route. It was still level 1 blade. Generally, if it's a level 2 blade, you can go for Mirror Image and guarantee that cancel a lot of the time. But he didn't even have a Staff of Teleportation, so he probably could have gotten away with a normal Expo. But at least we get a chaotic game. This Sobi Mask is helping out a ton, by the way, to heal everything up. There's always a heal spray available. There's also a tower now at the expansion of FoCuS, which he has bought enough time for, but everything's still so low.
Having the level 4 Shadowhunter now for the level 2 heal wave and Serpent Wards, it's a huge deal. I love this early shop. And I feel like just with the tower and shop here, this Shadowhunter will be able to hold without the blade. Aggressive purges coming in as well. This is looking really good now for FoCuS.
Yeah, he holds on. He's going to get a second tower as well. FoCuS loves his towers in this matchup, much more than every other top-level Orc player. He always gets 2, 3 towers, sometimes even in his main base, he towers up, which is nice when you know your opponent's going very Huntress-heavy, because there's always possibility of literally Night Elves running in and just killing your main base at times, if they do commit into a lot of Huntresses. But this timing with the double mana pot, with the level 4 you mentioned, it's going to be impossible, I want to say. Yeah, impossible for LawLiet to hold this.
He doesn't even have any archers. He's purely got Huntresses for now, which is terrible against the Serpent Ward push. How does FoCuS have so much lumber, by the way? He's got 2 armor upgrades and reinforced defenses and 3 towers and a bestiary. What? He's got the Chimiko Lumberhack.
I suppose because the expansion, his counter expansion was delayed for about 2-3 minutes longer than usual because of that creep jacket is natural. I think that's why, because he was mining. Normally, you're not mining that lumber for that much longer. You transfer those peons off lumber and go to the expansion much more early. But yeah, the towers, look how useful they are. He realizes, oh, double sapper cut out.
Catch the sappers.
Yeah, GG. Really nice game for FoCuS there. Unorthodox play from LawLiet, but perfectly scouted.
All right, we go full distance, everybody. FoCuS striking back. And this series keeps on giving. Game 1 was already not the norm. And LawLiet continues to make things crazy, as he oftentimes does. Red Spot Expo? Nobody does this again. But okay. Between these two, kinda obvious that we go game 3. I guess they played 250 series against each other. It's almost always 50-50. Sometimes one guy has the lead, sometimes the other, you know, but very, very fitting that this goes full distance.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. Who's going to be meeting Foggy in the next round? Who drops down to the lower bracket? We'll find out soon.
Yeah,
Very
the
true.
trickiness didn't pay off there. It's worth noting for LawLiet. So he's probably going to have to go back to something more standard and play straight up. He's not able to trick FoCuS just because FoCuS knows him so well. Ooh, but it's Last Refuge. Talents? Talents, anybody? Any talenters out there?
Please, yes. We'll see the answer in a bit, but not before thanking a couple of people here. Thank you. Charlie for the €1 donation, one step closer to 8K. Commonoid, €1.05. If everyone in this chat would donate just $1, prize pool would be 8K. I go first. All the Smoke, 16-month resub, sponsoring the sponsors. Blue Mitten, not only $100 to the prize pool, also subbing. Zabi, $3. I go not with 1, but with 3. Choo choo, this donation train has no brakes. Kappa, Bull Rush with another 100 bids for the trivia. And a $5 donation by Shaman, who bought a Back to Warcraft profile picture, which is obviously the best profile picture on all of W3Champions, and that's thousands of players and on 25 servers, and it's still the best. Amazing. With that being said, we are very, very grateful for your contributions. $123 away from the 5,750 and closing in on the big 6K as well. Oh, new sub, Zarotti. Thank you very much for the 8-month resub. 1337. My MMR. And now the decision. In the winner bracket for quarterfinal of the W3Champions, Foggy is waiting for the winner. Sock is waiting for the loser. Let's get it.
All right. And it is Keeper. And I was thinking about this a little bit recently, and I might entirely be wrong. But so this is the only map in Terranistan in the past that Night Elves really played Demon Hunter on. It's also the only map that they play Beastmaster on. Of course, there's good reasons for the Beastmaster, I feel like. But for the Demon Hunter against Orc, you know, there's good positionings on the map. You have a lot of control in the mid game, I suppose, to go for the shops. But I feel like a lot of the reason they go for Demon Hunter on this map is just because it's kind of bad for Keeper at times. What do you think, Remo Demo?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. If the Orc plays hyper-aggressive here, the Keeper will oftentimes not even get level 2. And if the Orc is super on point, the Keeper will not be able to get level 2. So this is going to disincentivize the Keeper oftentimes. Additionally, for the talent strat, Last Refuge is amazing because you can creep on tier 2 pretty damn reliably. Yeah. Talents is a strat that takes forever to come online. When it does, it's very strong. But you want to be able to do something without having map control. Because once tier 2 is reached and there's raiders and second hero for the Orc, there's going to be total control for the Orc, map control. And the Night Elf will then have a tough time creeping on most maps. But here it's doable with orange camps, lots of them littered around your main base, and also pretty easy camps to creep just with Demon Hunter. But we don't have Demon here. We have LawLiet with a sneaky creep route. Keeper running across the map right away, trying to dodge the scouts of FoCuS. And he manages to do this and completely circumvents the difficulty of Keeper here in the early game.
Yeah, FoCuS getting kind of the build order win, though. He goes for the double circlet, the Lin build order, as I like to call it, and runs across the map. This is actually the counter to Hunter's Hall before second Moonwell because, of course, you can get the cancel. But look at the positioning, and he gets to repair.
Oh my
it's
god!
Ridiculous. The positioning of the Moonwell saved
Oh my
it
god!
there. I think
because he
that
had to run
land-
around the tree
Oh my
and
god.
couldn't attack it in front. That is amazing.
That's so sick. What a play. Because normally you build it in the front, and then this build order, a lot of the time, could even just win you the game as the Orc player with the double circlet pressure. But now LawLiet gets level 2. He's got that second Moonwell to be able to heal up his Keeper, and he can go back home. He's going to take some damage, of course, in terms of lumber economy and Moon Juice. Haven't used it on that Archer, but still really nice from LawLiet, and already an AP being hidden.
A player's forces are under attack.
Especially on Last Refuge, we don't see that too much. Grunt is going to come out in a moment. Keeper's here to punish it, but doesn't have much mana anymore, so he couldn't actually kill this Grunt, I believe. Is he going to check for the AP? He certainly will. FoCuS sees the AP, and that should be a cancel, I think.
The town is under siege.
Or is it?
Oh,
Alright, this is a big deal. Is this going to be enough damage to take out the Grunt? All the peons coming off the line. In the meantime, the Blade Master in the main base. No tech yet by LawLiet. In these situations, I'm always glad that I don't have to play. I don't have to multitask this. The Grunt survives, but so does the AP.
Yeah, and all the peons going back. One may go down. Okay. Very, very weird game already. And this is all because of that Moonwell. If that Moonwell gotten canceled, LawLiet would have had to go back home because he wouldn't have been able to get another Moonwell up, at least close by to his base. He would have had to build it proxy, which is, of course, terrible for Moonwells. Creeps get woken up. This could be a dead Huntress, but they're going to run past. And yeah, this is just wacky town we're in. The AP is up. Tier 2 on the way. Huntress is coming out, but Tier 2 is finished now for FoCuS. The Shadowhunter is going to be up. Okay, this is a relatively common position actually to be in. Nice deny on the Grunt. The AP's up, your Shadowhunter comes out, you go Serpent Wards, and you just hold in your base. But the Keeper might just be giving it up for now.
LawLiet has started the tech in the meantime, but still we're far away from an expansion. I want to say I kind of like this position for FoCuS, if he clears out this AP, of course, which can be a bit tricky, but he's so far away from the trees, he can't really heal up right now through cannibalism. But it's not over yet. LawLiet coming back from the main, he healed up as much as he could, which wasn't that much mana on the Keeper. He's only going to have 2 entangles when he arrives, but those are going to be dangerous.
Ooh, 3 more Wisps pulled. Is he just going for this? If the AP lives, this would maybe have a chance of working, but if the AP just dies, it's going to be difficult. Okay, it will be alive, and it can be repaired. Yeah, more APs coming up, and Tier 2 is going to be done in about 30 seconds. That's going to mean probably an Alchemist coming up, or something like a Naga, Firelord, Beastmaster could even be played. But the positioning on these 2 forward burrows, and the shop as well, is going to make this difficult to break the base.
That War Mill perhaps being a tad late. The best way, of course, of dealing with this is with a Demolisher. Gonna need the War Mill to finish first. Oh, imagine if the Blade had found the AP in construction. Wait, actually, he did. Running north. FoCuS having the read that there must be an expansion coming up in the meantime. He's trying to cancel that.
He's right, I think, actually. There's a Wisp going to build. Okay, no, it's just being... I thought he was totally right about the Expo because there's a Wisp moving. But, okay, no, a little bit of an overcommitment. He's creeping? Okay, he's not creeping.
That's pretty strange what the Blade Master's doing here. If the Barracks falls, that means no Demolishers. Serpent Ward gonna block in the Grunt as well. Speed Scroll trying to save the racks, but this one's gone.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense for this Blade movement is if he missed the second AP, then it would make sense with the solo AP that there was an Expo coming up behind it. But if he saw the second AP, he should know that this is, you know, not an all-in, but a big commitment to the pressure. The Shaman goes down to the AP, and the Barracks falls as well. That means no more damage-based units, at least. And now there's a lot of Huntresses. There's Acid Bomb. There is almost another Entangle, but at least there's a Purge to get rid of it.
Well, not anymore.
Yep.
Last Purge used, 1 Huntress taken out. All the Hunts here pretty low HP now. AP still firing away. FoCuS, can he make the Barracks again in the back? Not really, he doesn't have room. And it's a weird series between the two.
Yeah.
But LawLiet now in a great position. He doesn't have, however, a Tree of Life. He's still only on 1 base, but these Grunts that he's killing now are going to be very hard, if impossible, perhaps even to get back.
Yeah, the keeper's not even level 3 yet. One more grunt kill. Oh, actually, yeah, one more grunt kill and he should be able to get the level 3. Maybe it could be denied, though. So far, FoCuS been on point with the denies. And more shamans are coming out, so the entangle is going to be less effective. But there's the level 3, thanks to the grunt kill. The barracks has to come up, like you mentioned, in the same position. Unless a peon can make it out of the base, it's just never going to get back up.
And there's no way. Was the late war mill? Not having a demolisher out, the crucial mistake here, perhaps. Also, the base build, it seems very congested. Like,
yeah.
It's very hard to get units out in the first place. With the shop back there, maybe the shop should have been in front, although then it's taken out more easily. Hard to tell.
Level 2.
He gets level 2.
Yeah, he's got 5 salves left. Well, now 4. And can the peons mine their way? I think, what would it be, 5 trees to fit another barracks? The 4 on the left and the 1 to the north. I think if he gets rid of all of those, he can fit a barracks. But then the question becomes, where do you put your shop? Do you put your shop at the back and the barracks in the front, or vice versa? So this is a tricky position for FoCuS.
Entangle focus on the Shadowhunter, equipped with a Purge here. Remember, healing is very limited for FoCuS, a rare commodity. Chasing after the Keeper, he has the Purges. There is a TP. LawLiet may want to let this Keeper die to stay in position here.
I think you're right.
He may
I think
have
you're
to.
absolutely right. Oh, no.
No, he's going to use the TP. He can just walk out of range, of course. That also works.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, 2 Shaman go down. The Trappers are still there, taking them out quickly. AP is cancelled. FoCuS will be making it away. 3 heal salves. That's all he's got left.
Yeah, he maybe, during all the chaos, it would have been difficult. He could have snuck a peon out to try to build a shop or a barracks to the north, maybe, in the pathway that's left the shop. But okay, the Keeper's back, and this time with a vengeance, with 200 mana, and
Big
FoCuS
detonate.
is running out of steam, and the Shadowhunter gets surrounded!
Oh, wow. Sick move, and that should be the final nail in the coffin. Shadowhunter about to drop, and guess what? The Altar is an easy kill right after. 235 HP only. Hunter's normal damage still doing a good job. Treants being summoned as well. The revive process starts. It doesn't take long, but does he have enough time for the Shadowhunter?
Burrows are putting in work, but it's only 12-10 now lumber for FoCuS because he's been burrowed up for so long. Maybe a slight mistake to not actually rebuild some peons during all this because he, of course, couldn't put the gold into grunts or items. Might as well build a couple extra peons and start mining the lumber in the back. Trying to save the Altar. And it is going to go down this level 2 on the Alchemist. A grunt gives him that. And GG will be called a wacky series, but LawLiet strives in the wackiness.
And advances into the winner bracket semi-final. We're going to get a Night Elf mirror there, and that means at least one Night Elf in the winner bracket final, right? Good performance, cool series, as we said, or as we predicted before. This is going to be very far away from your normal Night Elf versus Orc, and it definitely was. AP push on LR on that position. Really not too common to see that. So FoCuS finds himself in the lower bracket versus Sock, and we get a wonderful Night Elf mirror. One of my favorite Night Elf mirrors between Foggy and LawLiet. Last time I saw this, I fell in love with the Zeppelin micro of LawLiet once again. We had glaive throwers and a Zeppelin, and nothing could be touched anymore. I hope we get something similar like that here today as well. You guys are doing fantastic, by the way. $5,633 at the moment after a $6.30 contribution by Abracababra, and a lot of people using the coupon codes, the Twitter quests. There was a question in chat, by the way. Can I contribute to the prize pool if I'm not having a Matcherino account? Yes, easy. Super easy. You can log in with your Battle.net account, Facebook account, Google account, YouTube account, Twitch account, Twitter account, Discord account, Microsoft account, Line account, or just create a Matcherino account. There's a lot of options. I'm pretty sure you got at least one of those. I saw you typing on Twitch, so you at least have a Twitch account. Very simple. On Matcherino, we are on the race to $5,750 to unlock the trivia quiz by Carson. And of course, we are here this entire weekend to celebrate the beautiful server that is War3Champions. Come and say hello, they say, after sending me these Halloween-themed sheets. Join the Discord and hit them up, motivate them a little, share the love of this server. There's a lot of people on that Discord that are complaining and bitching all the time because they're bad people. But the silent majority has to rise and show some love for the devs and the moderators and the managers of this beautiful server. Join the Discord. It's there's a link on their homepage, and just, you know, a little bit of a heart, a less than 3. Thank you guys. Something like that. Positivity is necessary in these times to keep them motivated. And maybe you guys want to become part of that beautiful team alongside legends like Floss 2 times daily, like Toxie, like Modmoto, like Sefid. There's so many guys. Abe Ninsky, of course, and a million others. Join the team. If you are willing to read through a lot of reports and review these reports, when, for example, there's foul language in a ladder game, people report that, you could be the one putting down the hammer and silence these guys. That's a lot of power. You could grab that, like Thor grabs the hammer. You could be Thor. Hopefully not the one from the Avenger that got out of shape, but we need people that help them with their socials and keep them more active to inform more people how beautiful this server is. And if you can code, you're welcome! JavaScript, .NET, jQuery, and Rust is what they use for everything here. So, guys, with that, we are halfway through the day already, before, of course, going into the ESL Meisterschafts qualifier, where Mr. Remo Demo is gonna obliterate everyone in his bracket. I would say we take a little break, give these guys a bit of time to go over to Match Arena, boost the prize pool. Check also back to warcraft.com/support. Everything that goes into the Match Arena is, of course, for the players. But if you want to reward us for organizing this tournament, for coming up with this beautiful new overlay, there's multiple ways you can do that. For example, back to warcraft.com/support. Oh, B. Billis already, 11-month resub. Go FoCuS, make orcs shine. Little late for that, unfortunately, but he got a second chance. Our silver medalist of last time. But here it is. Support section of our homepage. We got a Patreon with a lot of different tiers. For just $2 you can unlock some secret Discord channel where, you know, talk a bit about the development of the program, share a couple of secret screenshots of possible new overlay stuff, etc, etc. Twitch sub, of course, the easiest thing if you're looking at it already. If you have a Amazon Prime, you got a free sub, and if you give that to us, we are very, very grateful for that. One-time donations absolutely possible with PayPal, credit card, cryptocurrency with one of these 2 buttons. We also have merchandise, t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, everything. And if you're looking for new hardware, doesn't matter what it is, CORSAIR got you covered, from keyboards to mouse to headsets to mouse pads to RAM to everything you can imagine, to chairs, to apparel, to even streamer gear, like the Stream Deck, like wonderful lights, like green screens, like mic arms, like cameras. They got it all. CORSAIR got it all. Click the link, buy some stuff, use the coupon code BACKTOWARCRAFT for a 10% discount. And don't go too far, because in a couple of minutes we will continue with the first winner bracket semi-final of the War3Champions Season 8. That is Foggy versus LawLiet. See you in a bit.
trail. Bad news and high heels made me go off the rails. But one look at her, she's oh so fine. I know I've got to make her mine. She's just my kind, can't get her off my mind. She's my kind of woman, I need her so. Yeah, my kind of woman, I can't let her go. 5 feet of dynamite will keep me dancing through the night. You know, a black cat got nothing on a lucky man. Saturday night. Saturday night. New shirt, new shoes, no room for oversight. Well, I'll be cooler than James Dean, and she'll be hotter than Marilyn. When there's electric in the air, you better be prepared. She's my kind of woman, I need her so. Yeah, my kind of woman, I can't let her go. 5 feet of dynamite will keep me dancing through the night. You know, a black cat got nothing on a lucky man.